Hello, ladies and gents. How you doing, YouTube? I've got everything the way I want it right now. Well, pretty much mostly everything. I can't see anything else that's going to really cause me issues. Um, Pretty much Windows 10 is where I want it to be. I've got a few programs, I guess, extra programs I want to install. I also managed to buy myself a copy of Neuro 2016, which is the latest version out, and I'm going to muck around with that, which I have sort of been playing around with it a little bit, but not as much. So I probably will end up playing with it a little more in the coming months, just to test a couple of bits and pieces in it and things like that. So everything else, okay. So CC Cleaner works. All my other programs work. My games work included. What else? Pretty much, I've got all the Windows programs where I want them at this point. So I'm pretty happy with the end result. Let's see. I think my same sort of goes for my. Ooh, there's a little bit of a freezer. No, there we go. Okay. I've pretty much got everything where it should be. At this point, adjusted all my settings manually. I had to adjust a couple of settings, which was I actually had my 3D Scopics 3D thing on for some reason. Have no freaking idea why, but apparently I did, which I thought was interesting. But you know, that happens, unfortunately. I'll probably end up doing some more streaming at some point because I have got things better set up now. In the meantime, let's see. I'm going to close that program anyway. So, I'm pretty much set. I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good for everything so far. So far, so good. Anyway, I'm going pretty well with it. Pretty happy with the end result that I have had so far. Let's see. So clean that out. Let's see. AMD FX 9590. And clear that out. Yeah, it's a good room there anyway. So that system's cleared out, which is great. That's spectacular. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, everything seems to be working. Everything seems to be working the way I expect it to be working. I'm not having any major issues with things. So far, so good. Mic seems to be working. Everything else that all my normal pieces of software seem to be functioning correctly now, which is great. Which will give me a chance to get back to my editing, because I do have that to edit, and I have something else to edit, which I just made up. I just did. Which was here, desktop. So I've got two of these files. So what I'm going to do is move these over here, which is two new files I just created. Some of the latest technology stuff and me discussing a few things. And the plus side now is I now know how to put my webcam onto the recordings that I do, which is great. That's spectacular when I'm doing stuff and giving people tutorials and such. Okay, so that's sort of something that came as a bonus. That was with, that's pretty much with NVIDIA Shadowplay, which the NVIDIA Shadowplay actually seems to be working now. I will be honest though, I was pretty pissed with NVIDIA Shadowplay. Not just that, not just the NVIDIA driver in general. It was being a big pain in the ass for the surrounding months, and all of a sudden everything has suddenly gone correct, and that's all beautiful and that's all wonderful, and yay, it all fucking works. Whoop-de-dee and la-de-dum. I did actually do I did a format on my system with the latest Windows 10 CD and everything else. I think I burned a fresh copy, or I had another copy, and I got rid of an old copy that I thought might have had some issues, but because I was having some problems with the start menu not working for some reason, but now that is all fixed. The start menu works. That works. Yay. Pretty much, yay, whoop-de-dee, la-de-dum, you know, all those wonderful words, and of course me swearing at the top of my lungs when I do get a problem and an issue. I mean, we all get issues. I get problems and issues with computers I fix. I don't mind fixing problems. As I said, most of the time with my own stuff, most of the time it just works. It just works the way I expect it to. Now, I've got everything working pretty much the way I want it. I'll probably end up doing some more gameplay footage, and I will end up doing some more Xbox footage as well. So I'll probably have to put some of my editing. Oops. Some of my. I think that'll be my next software upgrade if I'm going to go for something that's going to actually. It's a PowerDirector 13, so I can get PowerDirector 14, which I don't know when. I'm considering upgrading to it, but I don't know at this point. I'll see how I go with PowerDirector 13. PowerDirector 13 it's served me pretty well so far, and I only upgraded a little while ago in the sense of software. So, full featured activating your product, yay, yippity doodah, yay, activating your product. Obviously, ooh, that's something I didn't activate. Ooh, shivers. Been activated. Okay, let me see here. Yes, your program has been activated. Yippee. I just want to open this thing. Let's make sure some of these programs are open anyway, just to make sure they work. I did check most of my programs, and I think most of my programs are working and they're not having any issues. I've got my main editing suite sort of software and my Elgato capture device, obviously. Let's see. Ooh. Skip registration, I'm going to say. And later. Yes, I will say yes. And I'll take into it anyway, and there we go, it opens up. I'm going to say skip because I've done this registration about 1 million times. So that's color director. Okay. Close. I just wanted to see, just want to make sure it worked. Okay, so I've pretty much got everything plugged in. I think the only thing I think that's coming up on my schedule to do things is dust out my computers, or dust out the computers in the house. That's definitely something I'm planning. That'll be tomorrow, or maybe tomorrow if I'm in the mood. Depending on what time I get to bed tonight. I mean, it is relatively late at the moment, so I'm sort of in the mood to go to sleep. Maybe, I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I will see how I feel in the morning. If I'm wide awake in the morning, well, fuck it, I'll do it anyway. I'll probably end up doing my nephew's computer, my dad's computer, and of course the workbench computer, and probably my laptop. Yes, indeed, probably my laptop, most likely. You want to connect to the speeds, yada yada yada, and that works. Yay. I think I have to download an update for this, but I will do that shortly. Just want to make sure all these programs work. Do not show that screen again. Close. Just want to make sure everything works. And as you can see, I've got my Xbox screen there. Let's see. Just want to make sure all my software is booting and working correctly and functioning. Well, most of it is functioning. Doesn't seem to be crashing or anything of that randomly, which I haven't had a lot of crashes. I did a bit of a rearrangement of power plugs in my room because I was having some problems with some Ethernet to power adapters that I was using. I had it directly plugged into the wall, which wasn't a great thing to sort of do. I don't know whether it was that particular type of adapter that I was using. It may have been, so I'm thinking it has something to do with it. It's a Netcom I had before anyway, so it's a much older adapter, so I ended up getting a new adapter, or a new set of adapters, to be able to, I still want to be able to put a router in the back part of the house. So, what I've done is I got a new pair of, it was like $21 or something, for these new pair of, Ethernet / over power lines adapters. And they're like 500 megabits per second or something of that nature, which is great. That's cool, wonderful, great in fact. See how that goes. So let's see, let's start. So I think pretty much all my software is set up now. I just have to sort of maybe adjust this thing to. I'll probably have to adjust the software to just put in the account details and things like that, and I'll probably have to adjust the actual still at 1080p, and yep, that should be perfect. There we go, 30 frames. Probably put on best quality, to be honest, because that's what I like. Okie dokie. Yay, that works. So, I think that's the latest version of this program. I'll just double check, but I think I was going around updating programs basically. Okay. Would you like to install the update for this? Download your new version. Yes, I would. Download, please. I'm also getting cheaper net now, which is great. In a sense that it's still the same amount of data that I had before, pretty much. The difference being, pretty much, I'm just going to be on the directly on the IONET network, not going through Transact at the same time. 35. That's what I about expect on my connection at the moment, but as I said, my internet speeds are wonderful at times. Wonderful, then not so wonderful in given situations. So I had to get a new phone number for my house as well, which is good and bad. Bad in the sense I have to reprint my business cards now, and of course I have a new email address, so I'm going to have a new email address, which that's a little frustrating to have to actually do that, but I do, unfortunately. Unless I can keep that old email address. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I can, I don't know. Maybe I can, maybe I don't. I don't know. I'm wondering, I could probably ask them if I could keep my old email address if worst comes to worst. But maybe not. I mean, look, at the end of it, I'm happy to do a reprint of my business cards. And to be honest, I think that's probably something I'm going to end up doing. I had some business cards printed out before, and let's just say there's a couple of typos, which are my fault entirely because I didn't double check my business card at the time, and it wasn't my fault. It was my fault for actually not double checking it. And at the end of it, I double checked it, but I missed one. I think it was one digit or something like that. So I should have looked back on it and just double checked it again. It'd be more stringent. So one other thing I'm going to end up doing, because I got mine printed from Vistaprint, so I'm probably going to get them printed from Vistaprint in most cases. And that'll pretty much be my premise on that. Is it 35, 6.4, 6.6, 6.7, 6.8. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that to do its download. But that's pretty much where I am at this point. I've got every program, or most of the programs that I want working the way I want them to work. Downloaded Specky, downloaded pretty much all my standard stuff. I need to actually muck around with my VPN, which that's cool, I can do that, that's not a big issue. I've installed all my standard recording softwares and everything else that I use. Pretty much, yeah, everything's in here that I need. So, aside from that being a bit slow. Actually, I think I know where it's slow because I'm doing an upload at the same time. So that would explain why I'm having issues, or slow download. Which, is not overly bad, it's just slow. It's going to be slow for, it's going to be slow, 27%. Yeah, well, I can't really help that in the sense of slow downloads. So I'm just going to leave that to download that, which is probably going to take a while. And I'm going to change the drive around on that because I don't want to drive C. Change that around, and now I'm going to have to wait for that to actually download. So once that's downloaded, it should be all good. In between that, yeah, not doing too bad. So pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the end results so far of what I'm getting. Yeah, everything seems to be working to expectations. So, I'm not gonna, dot my I's too much now, but I'm gonna say that so far I'm pretty happy with the end result of where I am right now, with everything working. I've got all my editing station fixed up. I'll clean my room a little bit, so that we just neatened it up a little bit, which is cool. Drinking some water, always healthy. What else? What else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else, actually, to be honest. I think at this point, I'm just going to say, fuck it, it's, yeah, I'm just going to say fuck it. For now, I'm not doing too bad. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty good. So, I hope everybody... Well, I hope everybody enjoys my videos as per usual. I'm going to be doing more stuff, obviously. Since I've got things properly set up now, I can do a lot more streaming. I can do a lot more stuff that I enjoy. I've just been sort of vegging out for the holidays, sort of watching a lot of Netflix. Some TV shows too, sort of downloaded stuff as well. So, I've just been vegging out pretty much. Oh, man, that is hilarious. Oh, man. I love when that happens. So, yeah, I need to wash my hands. So, what I'm going to do with that, let's see, downloading update, was 14.3 megabytes, 138.6 megabytes, so I'm waiting for that to download. So this is pretty much me completing that. I've got some water next to me, which is nice and healthy. Shivers. Right, there we got nose trimmer. Always good. I just sneeze a bit more now. It's not so bad. It depends. My smartwatch, which I've reprogrammed to my new phone. My new phone, which is on the bed. I'm not going to go bother getting it, but my new phone, which is fantastic, by the way. It's working pretty well. I'm going to end up putting it on. I might put it on charge in a minute. I'll let it do a charge thing, and then pretty much ready for tomorrow if I get any calls or anything like that. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I'm pretty ecstatically happy with some of the things I've been, because I picked up this, which this is great. It's cleared my nose out a lot in the sense of just extra stuff, and just having nose hairs tickling your nose all the time. My new router, which is a what is this thing? Yeah, that's right. It's a Netgear. Well, I showed it before anyway. My new modem router, which is VDSL, ADSL, works perfectly nice so far. I'm pretty impressed with it. It's got HD streaming capabilities, being able to do all that stuff at once, which I have been able to do HD streaming and uploading a video at the moment, which is something I've been surprisingly uneasy to do in a given situation before. Though, funny saying that, I have some inkling that in October 2016 the NBN will be coming to my area. So, here's crossing my fingers that I get a nice upload and download rate, because that will help me so much. It will make things run so much smoother on my channel, being able to do things at a faster rate. That will help me immensely, in fact. Between that, hopefully that'll work out. Between that, I've just been sort of playing the Xbox. I have been playing the Xbox on and off. I haven't had a lot of games. Well, I've had GTA 5, which I haven't been playing much of lately. I've been watching a lot of movies, TV series. I watched the new Scream series. I watched Archer, which was quite funny. God damn it, I'm becoming a TV junkie head, but I'm watching a hell of a lot of series at the moment. I'm really enjoying a lot of this stuff. I also watch a bit of Big Bang Theory, and yeah, no, I watch a ton of Big Bang Theory. What else is there? Flash I've been watching on and off too. What else? Yeah, no, I've been watching a lot of shows on Netflix, and then a couple I've actually had to download on a separate base because they're not available. They're only available in the US, not here. So yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy. I'm in a pretty good margin at the moment, so I'm pretty happy with where I'm heading in the right direction at this point. But I think at this point I need to work on a little bit. Well, I need to work on growing my channel, which is the plan. I want to grow my channel, but I mean, I also want to do my tech stuff as well. I also, as I mentioned before, ended up picking up a motherboard so I can actually do a project build, which, you know, I'm pretty much going to be using parts that I can cobble together from my parts on my repair bench at the moment. So most likely, whatever case or whatever stuff I've got out there, I'll use. So yeah, that's fantastic, and that will definitely keep me occupied and keep me from being bored. In between that, what am I planning to do aside from that? I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure, because I'm thinking, okay, at this point in time, I'd like to... Okay, firstly, I'd like to expand my channel, obviously expand my business, which I have been doing. It has been expanding slowly. It's a slow process. Grow things, make things better. In between that, yeah, I'm selling random stuff. I sold my phone from my old phone. I was so I've got my new phone and I sold my old phone. Still selling an Xbox 360 if anybody is interested. I've still got that for sale at the moment, so if you're interested, please, definitely stay tuned. What else? What else do we have? Yeah, so I've got that. I've got a ton of stuff. I mean, you know, I've got a keyboard as well, and I've got my services, of course, about my IT support services. Aside from IT support services, I also have a tower available. It's a very minimal tower, but I'll probably end up. Once I do my new build, which will probably be a new mid-level build. It's not going to be a gaming build or anything like that. Probably be something that can handle like a couple of basic games sort of thing. It's going to be a desktop computer. It's going to be $250 range, which is pretty much my plan. At this point, I'm cobbling together parts to pretty much match it all up and everything else. I don't know I don't know what exactly it's going to involve, but yeah, it's going to be along similar lines of that anyway. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I think I want to go and start using my weights again, get myself a bit more toner, which, you know, is always cool. Tone myself up a bit, clean myself up, and just be cool, man. Just be cool, because I love being cool. I try to be cool anyway. I'm not always cool. I have my moments of dorkiness, and I am a dorky, nerdy individual, but I like being who I am. So at the end, you know, you can either accept me or not. So, you know, at the end, I could really honestly care less. But I mean, if you accept me, that's cool. I'm happy to accept that line of judgment. But, you know, at the end of it, I am who I am. I'm ultimately the person. As I said, I'm not going to change anytime soon. But so anyway, stay tuned. Got heaps more coming up. Probably got some Xbox footage up there as well. I've got a couple of new games that I want to test run and run through on the Xbox, which I'm currently, I believe, downloading. I believe they're downloading. I'm pretty sure they are. I don't think it's stopped, but I'll double check it in a little while just to make sure it hasn't stopped. What else? I'd say that's about it for now, basically, because I'm pretty much trying to. Well, I don't know. I may sleep in a minute. I may not sleep. It all depends on my frame of mind. So, you know, at the end of it, I'm not perfect. Yeah, I try. I do try with most things. Anyway, I'm going to get back to you. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. Like, favorite, and subscribe. You can also contribute to my Patreon campaign, my PayPal link. And what was the other thing I was going to say you could contribute to? We contribute to a bunch of my stuff. It's like G to A, Mine Gold Mine or something. If you want to keep my tech habits going and, you know, help me sort of, it helps me, put it that way, it generally helps me. I am a streamer. I'm a streamer / gamer. Not just that, but I also do, aside from streaming and gaming, I also do my repair business on the side, which sort of keeps me afloat. Um, but, you know, a bit of money on the side does help towards bills and towards other things that I do. Not just that, not just my tech habits, but helps towards everything in my life. So please feel free to donate, and feel free to contribute to a Patreon or whatever. That's cool. Anyway, thank you very much, and stay tuned. As I said, I've got plenty more coming up. I don't know when it's going to be, but like I said, it's all up in the air at the moment because I've got everything set up on my machine. I've lacked motivation because I haven't been feeling depressed. I've just been feeling vegetative. Like I just can't, it's like I have no motivation or no energy to sort of do things that I want to do. And then when I get the energy, it's like, then you get straight into it. And so the energy comes back, goes away, comes back, goes away. It's a, it's an on-off thing. So yeah, it's just the way it is. Okay, all right, thank you. Catch you. Anyway, bye. Should say goodbye. I'm just going to ramble on. Why do I ramble on in videos? Because I do. I do, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. Okay, bye.